Hello everyone, my name is Roya and today I will be reviewing The Vikings Chosen by Quinn Loftus. This was kindly sent my way, I can't talk, by Clean Teen Publishing. So thank you so much Clean Teen Publishing for sending me this. This was one of my most anticipated book releases of 2018, so I'm very excited that I got to read it, and this comes out today. This book follows two very compelling characters who fall in love. One of them is a Viking general named Torben, who's pretty much the next in line to be king of his clan, and the other one is an English princess named Alette, who is being made to marry this horrible king, and he's the worst person that a protagonist has to marry against their will that I think I've ever read about. He's like really abusive and just so entitled, and he's already like taking advantage of her and all this stuff when she's not even married to him yet. Like, he's horrible. So the first thing you should know is that this is a first in a series. It is not a standalone, and it doesn't actually have a series title on Goodreads at the moment as I'm filming this, so I did not know that this was going to leave off at a gigantic cliffhanger and that not all would be resolved, so I kept reading and going like, when is it going to get away from this this topic of her having to marry this horrible dude and move on to sort of the bigger picture, because there is obviously a bigger picture on the horizon, but that doesn't show up really until the end. So the whole book is basically just mostly about this conflict of they're falling in love, but she has to marry this horrible person that he would honestly be trying to save her from, even if he was not falling in love with her. So it's kind of insane. So it was a really good story, but just know that going into it, that this is the first in a series, and it's sort of setting it up for more books. So I really enjoyed this book. I really flew through it. The characters were really awesome. Alette has this really great younger sister named Dana who is so entertaining, and the relationship between the two of them is so cool. So there are a couple of things that I would criticize about it. First of all, so basically each chapter opens up with a quote from either Alette's diary or from Torben, and basically that is there to show you whose point of view that chapter is going to be from. However, halfway through the book, it stops having anything to do with whose point of view that chapter is from. So, you know, you'd read the quote from Alette that opens up the chapter, and then it's actually Torben's point of view, and you're like, wait, this isn't Alette's point of view. I'm confused here, because it's all in first person. So that was kind of weird that halfway through the book, it just suddenly stopped having anything to do with that, and it was a little bit confusing and really weird, but whatever, it was just like not a big deal, but I thought it was weird. And also a pretty big portion of the plot is when Torben and his men are magically made to look like Englishmen so that they can pose as guards in the palace and no one would really question their presence. And that had nothing to do with the rest of the magic system, because the rest of the magic system is basically you have seers and or healers, and there's nothing else that is able to do something like make something look like something else or anything of the kind at all. So the fact that they were so easily able to just disguise themselves without any effort at all because of magic and just go in there and nobody questions their presence seemed a little bit convenient and really weird. And since that was such a big portion of the plot, I thought that could have been handled a little bit better. I thought that maybe it should have actually gone through, like they actually had to put effort into their disguise somehow. Like, that would have made it a lot more interesting and a lot more compelling and less convenient feeling, basically, and it was kind of weird. But overall, it doesn't really matter, because this book was really freaking awesome, and I am so excited to read the next one. So let me know if you've read this book, if you plan to read this book, what your thoughts on it are. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon with a new video. Bye!